Hey guys, let's go over how to do the conclusion paragraph activity so that way you can get it done and out of the way and go back to finishing up your research paper, which, just as a reminder, is going to be due Monday, April 27th at midnight. In our class, go to classwork, go down to week 11, you have your conclusion paragraph. This is the activity, and this is the example. So let's look at the activity really quickly. So the first step is you're just rewriting your thesis statement. That's your counterclaim plus your argument with the 3 claims, aka your 3 reasons for why you're arguing what you're arguing. So that's just like a review. Easy. Next, we're going down to generate 2 possible solutions for your age-based policy and why these solutions work. So, these solutions should be related to the side that you're arguing. If you think that the law should change and the way we deal with this policy should change, you probably are going to think of, well, what do you want the law to change to? And then you might think, what can we as a society do to ensure that this change actually works? If you want the law to stay the same, you're going to try to come up with 2 solutions for how we can maybe make that law stronger or make people understand why that law is important to stay the way it is. So I'm going to use the example of the driving age, because that's the example we've been using in our example paper. So if I'm thinking about the driving age, I first need to decide, do I want that to change or do I not want it to change? Throughout this paper, I've been arguing that I think it should change, and specifically, I think we should change it so that you have to be older to drive. So that's actually my first solution right off the bat. Is one of my changes is that the driving age should be raised to 18. Easy, right? Why do I think that raising the driving age to 18 would be successful? Why would it work? I've been talking about it the entire paper. I'm just sort of reiterating why it would be a good idea. So I'm going to say 18-year-olds are more mature, and if we raise the age to 18, it will cause fewer accidents. Okay, pretty easy. Just kind of brainstorming. But I want to think of another solution too, because I think the more creative you are, the more people are going to maybe believe you, if that makes sense. So obviously if I raise the age to 18, this is going to upset a lot of people, because as I've talked about in the paper, some people think, well, that will be inconvenient for families who need their teenagers to start driving so that they can start doing more things for their household, like running errands or going to work or taking care of younger siblings. So what's my solution for those consequences, right? If I raise the driving age, what will I need to do in order to continue providing support to those who really need their 16 and 17-year-olds to drive? So I had an idea. We live in New York City. There's tons of stuff like buses and trains that make it pretty easy for you to be a 16, 17, 8-year-old and not have a car. So my solution is communities can invest more in public transportation like buses, trains, whatever. Why do I think that having communities invest more in public transit would work? Well, if there's more transportation opportunities or availability or whatever, then teenagers won't even need a car, right? You don't need a car if you can take the bus, right? So I'm just sort of thinking, well, this is what we could do, and this is why I think it would work. You don't have to have a whole plan, but just some ideas. It makes your conclusion a little more interesting. Then you write it, and if you need an example of how to write a conclusion, please look at my exemplar. I have it color-coded so you can see all the different parts. So this is my counterclaim, my argument, my claims, that's just the thesis restated. The pink is a brief summary of my topic, all the stuff I talked about in the paper. This is solution 1, which is all about changing the age to 18. That's my first solution. And then the second solution is about why communities should invest more in their public transit, because that way it would make it possible to actually raise the driving age. And then a little concluding sentence. It just sort of wraps it all up nice and neat. So you can use that to help you as you write. There's a challenge, optional if you're feeling it, and then the reflection. So hopefully this is pretty straightforward, and you learn how to write a conclusion that's a little bit more interesting than just sort of restating everything that you already said. If you need help, please reach out to me. Super happy to help you. We can work on it together. If you need help with anything else, again, text me, email me, whatever you need to do. I'm here to help you, and I hope that you reach out if you are struggling, or if you just want to talk about ideas, honestly. Hope you guys are doing okay, and I hope that the research is going all right too. I'll talk to you later.